CEO, Reverend Lloyd Mall.
Oh, okay, what I want to say very quickly is that I'd love to thank Jack for all this thingy done here and getting everything ready in position and everything for us. Because I'm not too good at it, but he does it. And I'd like to thank both boards for taking their time to be on the board and to help us all to advise what it should be and what shouldn't be. So, without ado, I just want to thank everybody for coming today and being part of the whole. And that's all that matters, that we are part of the whole. So, I'm going to turn it back over to Jack, and I do want to thank you for all that you have done.
Well, you're quite welcome, Lloyd, and we thank you for all your work that you do here too. Okay, as you know, or most of you know, we have new members might not know who I am. I am Reverend Jack Lehman, and I have been here for 24 years. I am your current president of the board of directors. I want, especially our new members, because some of our older members here keep forgetting, but I want the newer members to know. This church is not a privately owned church building. It does not belong to any organized religion. It belongs to the congregation of St. John's Church of Faith. Now, that means, I hope you realize, for $12 a year, you are a corporate member. You are a member of the corporation of St. John's Church of Faith. And what you say and do in this building and for this corporation not only benefits you, but it benefits everybody. So remember that. You own this church. Not Reverend Lloyd, nor Isabel, or Nancy. Lloyd turned it over to the congregation quite a few years ago. So it is important that you remember your influence here, your contribution here is to benefit you. Okay? Now, I would like to introduce to the newer members our current Vice President, Hank Klega. Please stand, Hank. Yay! Hank's our Vice President. If anything ever happens to me, he's going to have to take over.
God bless you.
God bless you.
He may do a better job. Our current secretary is Molly Clymer.
Yay!
And her assistant secretary.
We're both equal.
They're
That's right. We equal with this board.
And his name is Randy Gilbert. And our current treasurer is Joyce Kunkel. And another board member over there, a good-looking guy, is Jeffrey Schaefer. And we also have Scott Harris, who has not been able to get here today for some reason or other. So that is your current board of directors.
Hold on, we have Nancy.
Oh, and Nancy. I even moved her. She's been on the board so many years, I keep forgetting she's on the board. Nancy Albright. So this is our group that works for you. We are the, how you want to say, the governing force, the group that looks out for you and makes decisions for you and makes sure that everything is taken care of. So, let's go on with our meeting, and we will have a reading of last year's Secretary's report from our last annual meeting.
You want me over
Yeah,
come
that
over
would be
here
good.
so she can see you. Remember, you're going to be on TV next week. So smile.
WSTC.
You're kidding, right?
This is from the annual meeting, March 12th, 2006. Reverend Jack Lehman called the meeting to order at 2 p.m. He reviewed the new election procedures by the revised bylaws. At that point, we were having an election of officers that were up for re-election. Pastor Lloyd Morrow stated that the ministry is nothing on its own. It takes time, work, thought, cooperation of everyone to make a church. Each one of us must be part of it. We all know different things and we all have something to share. We will flourish and grow working as a group, not just the board, but boards and the members together. Reverend Jack reported that St. John's is in good shape with 65 paid members. Reverend John Powers, Reverend Karen Kohler, and myself, Canada DeVowitz, that were cast. 4 trustees were elected. They were Reverend Molly Clymer, Reverend Scott Harris, Reverend Jack Wayman, and Jeff Schaefer. Reverend Joyce Kunkel, Reverend Nancy Althouse, and Hank Quagga are continuing as members of the board, and they were not at that point up for re-election. Secretary read the minutes of the November 14th, 2004 annual membership meeting and the highlights of the past year. Reverend Gwen Parker made a motion to accept the minutes. Reverend Karen Kohler seconded. The church picnic has been moved to a Saturday. It will be held July 22nd, 2006. Reverend Joyce Kunkel read the annual treasurer's report for 2005. Total for high performance account is at that time $83,749.62 with interest of $1,053.23 for the year. Checking account balance is $16,859.87. Reverend Isabel Mall made a motion to accept the report. Reverend John Powers seconded. Frank Marzalek abstained from the vote. New business, Reverend Isabel requested that anything for the meeting be submitted to her in writing 2 weeks prior to the date. Reverend Karen Kohler will put the events in the bulletin and in the email. Use email address for any communications. Old business, Reverend Glenn Wayman suggested putting names of new members in the bulletin. Discussion of discontinuation of the newsletter. This was dropped when we started printing a bulletin. Some people enjoyed the articles and cartoons from the newsletter. Discussion of Mum versus St. John's newsletter. Some would like a calendar of the month in St. John's newsletter. Sarah Stampian, Reverend Fran Dreismeyer, and Scott Kroc are willing to work on a church newsletter. Reverend Gwen suggested updating using new technology. Reverend Alice Nagy noted that there was nothing in the bylaws about pastor or co-pastors when current ones are no longer serving. Question of who would select new people? What is the list of responsibilities for a pastor and co-pastor? Do we need something in writing on what the process would be? Gwen stated that we should groom people to become future pastors. We need someone who is ready to slide into an immediate position if something happens. Isabel noted that a great deal of dedication and personal sacrifice is required. It is a 24/7 responsibility. The person who would want to do this must be aware of that. Reverend Lloyd Mall also indicated that there is some isolation that occurs due to others sometimes feeling intimidated by being in the presence of the pastor. The pastor must be tolerant and be able to love all in spite of not always agreeing with the behaviors, etc. of some of the people. Some suggested having a group rather than an individual to perform needed duties. Reverend Jack will form a committee to further discuss this issue. Scott Kroc asked that the future discussions be open for all input. Jack stated a committee would be drafted in a plan and bring it to the membership. New business, Reverend Glenn Whiteman asked about who to see a purchase about an audio videotape system that would lend itself to creating a library for the church. Jean Reinsmith was to look at purchasing videotapes due to the fact she was filming. And also Scott Harris was looking at buying and providing the audio tapes of the services. Committee for pricing out the costs of the service was Scott Kroc, Reverend Lloyd Mall, Reverend Kevin Kohler, Reverend Jack Wayman, Reverend Scott Harris. Reverend Scott needs someone to help with the audio taping of the service when he could not be here. Reverend Karen Culver volunteered. Reverend Isabel Mull reported that St. John's Expo is filled. Reverend Jack will solicit volunteers. Scott Crock wants to work on developing a youth component where the children can learn about love, meditation. Elizabeth Schaefer, Reverend Molly Clymer, Reverend Scott Harris, Reverend Glenn Parker, and Reverend John Powers all volunteered to help Scott to do this. Suggested to meet via telecommunications or conference calls, etc. Suggested to have new phone system installed with a speakerphone in the church. People interested in receiving the email from the church for announcements should give their email addresses to Reverend Karen. Reverend Isabel made a motion to adjourn the meeting. Reverend Gwen seconded. It was respectively submitted by Lois Kilcoyne, secretary.
Thank you, Randy. Now, quickly going over this. You can see we didn't get everything completed. But then, we have a whole lifetime, don't we?
Maybe.
Last year we had 65 members of St. John's Church Faith. This year we are down. How many do we have, Joyce, paid members?
About 60.
Oh, we still have 65. So half of our congregation did not attend today, for whatever reason. Reverend John Powers didn't make it. He's in Florida, taking care of his brother's estate. And I don't know where a lot of our other people are. But, so we're just about the same there. Now, the church picnic, we tried it last year on a Saturday. It didn't work out. So, picnic this year is Sunday, July 22nd.
What?
22nd.
22nd of July. Now, we are creating in our mind. We decided, since we had a conflict of a church service here and a church service at the park, and people work in the morning and can't make it until later in the day, okay, we're changing the whole routine again. And I hope it comes up with your approval. This year, we will have church service in the church at our regular time. Then we will all go out to the park and have a wonderful day. So, the picnic officially starts at 1 o'clock, which would be lunch. So as soon as you leave here, and those who are bringing foods and stuff, just bring it right on out to the park. I'll have the park set up, put it on ice, and away we go. So I hope that works. And we can be there until after dark, because the lights go on automatically. So we can play games, cards, horseshoes, etc. So put that on your calendar. Also, I would like to note here that we are now have the video camera and the duplicating machine, and we want to give Reverend Karen a hand there for doing a wonderful job, dedicating herself and her time to put out beautiful DVDs. We still have, we get better, practice makes perfect. She will be on national television. I think I have her set up for in May sometime. She's going to be interviewed on the Today Show. Wow. See, I've been busy.
Wow.
So.
I'd better lose some weight.
Well, you know, it makes you 10 pounds heavier.
Wouldn't you rather be on Anderson Cooper 360?
So,
Yeah. I don't know what that
so
is.
that has all been taken care of. Reverend Healing Minister Gene Ryan Smith still does VCR, VHS tapes. So you see her about those tapes. See me about DVDs. And next, I note here, the expo coming up in May, our expo. Well, it got a little big. And Isabel called me and says, Jack, I have a lot of people that want booths and my room is filled. Should we go to the other side? I said, Isabel, go for it. So now we're in the big side, so we can expand even larger. So get the word out that our expos are growing, and it's going to be another wonderful expo. There's a lot of exciting things for there. We did get the telephone with a conference calls. It's right here. We do have that all set up, so now we can hold conference call meetings. Ready to go. So that's taken care of. We have our Sunday school going, thanks to Isabel and Scott and Nancy and the other Scott, Scott Harris, Scott Croft. And it seems to be working out real well, isn't it, Isabel?
Absolutely.
Yeah, the kids seem to have a good time. So we give thanks for all that, and that is done. So, do I hear a motion that these readings be approved as read?
I make a motion.
I
Motion's
second.
been made, second by Gwen Parker. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Yes?
I would like to once again abstain from vote on this here. I have my reasons. If I may, I could present my reason why, but since this being recorded, can the camera be turned off or I present it to the board in the next meeting?
Oh, present it to the board.
Yes, okay,
Sure.
that'd be best.
Sure.
Okay.
Anything. Okay. We will now have the treasurer's report by Reverend Joyce Coco.
Hi there, everybody.
Speak up.
I will.
Pretend you're yelling at Lloyd.
Collections were $14,906 for the year. And the fundraisers was $14,852. The rent in classes worth $1,042. And the dues and donations were $981. The books for the healing was $2,256.
That's Wednesday night healing
Yep,
service.
that's Wednesday night.
Yay.
And the books, we did pretty good on the books. Oh my goodness. The books were $761.
Wow.
And open house, that's psychic fair on a Saturday, was $1,978. And the total income for the year was $36,777. Now, do you want to know the expenses? Oh, I'm coming to that. That's a donation, isn't it? $1,100.
No, our expo is focusing on
That's a
the church.
fundraiser.
Oh, that,
Fundraiser.
oh,
Here, right here.
oh, that's under fundraising.
Yeah.
Okay.
Got it?
The expo is included in the 14,852. Okay.
Alrighty. Now the speakers was $1,250. The pest control was $350. The advertising is $1,281. And the supplies for the church was $1,505. The repairs was,
Maintenance.
the maintenance was $3,142. And the PP&L bill was $1,913. The telephone was $490. Outreach was $2,975. And the food injection was $960. And the insurance was $2,557. And the flowers was $239. And the t-shirts were $1,799. And we still have t-shirts to sell. And let's see, the movie was $290. Conference of Churches was $1,161. The oil for the building was $3,400. Now the petty cash was $250. And the video, the Best Buys, the video and the telephone and things were $1,196. And the Bureau of Health was $51. And the total expenses for the year was $24,819. And we made, what's this one? The net profit was $11,967. And the net profit was, I don't get this, wait. What is that?
The net profit is 11,000.
Yeah,
That,
but this is
that,
what we made, $955 for the year. Ahead. Right?
no, that's January. That's just January, February, March, April, May. See, so that is your total.
This is the total.
This is expensive,
Yeah,
less
yeah.
that
This,
comes to that.
11,000.
That less this. So
Oh, okay.
the total profit for the year is $11,967.
Now, we have,
We made a profit.
we're not done yet. Checkbook is $17,454. The high yield, is, $2,570.84. That's the money we have separate from the CD. And the CD is up to $95,825.80. And all total is $115,851.04.
Okay.
That's it.
Now,
Very good, Joyce.
it should be noted that during this past year, we did have some high-end expenses.
Yeah.
The new door on the back, or is that the new door up front?
Door up front was 6,000 more.
Oh,
No, that was
well,
last
that was the
year.
year
Last
before.
year.
This was
That was
the
the-
painting and the,
The back door that we had put in and everything, that was $585 right there. What's the M Food meeting?
That's the meeting for our meetings, that food.
Oh,
Like,
yeah, we
Yeah,
did
last
this
week.
week for last time.
last-
okay, food for our big affairs here was $350.
And the windows were
The
1,000.
windows was $1,359. That's to replace the panes that were broken and protect them. And we had the floor done for $400.
Those are the big expenses.
Those were big expenses for the year. Plus the oil for the furnace.
Yeah,
Yeah, and the insurance.
And the insurance is over $2,000. See, so it's not cheap running a building like this.
no, that electric bill.
And the electric bill is unreal. And this is why it's important. For those of you who have keys to this building or in this building, you do not touch the thermostats. They are set for the weeks, the months until we change. And be sure to make sure the lights are out in the bathrooms, in all these rooms. Because if you have lights on, it's amazing how many times I come into church in the middle of the week, the hall light's on, this one light's on, the kitchen light's on. You know, there's all these lights on. And that is all costing us money. So just like you are at home, when you're going out of the room, turn the lights out.
No, I don't.
We're not all wealthy as you do. So,
Not all afraid of the dark.
I don't turn the lights on.
are there any questions on this report?
Jack, can I say something before we approve it?
Yes? That's why I'm asking for questions.
What, I didn't know when you saw me back here.
Oh, I didn't see that.
That's why I said something.
What's your
Thanks, Joyce. No, I don't have a problem.
Oh.
I just wanted to mention something that if it wouldn't be for the expo that we have in May, we would be in the hole $15,000-$20,000 for the year. And I want to let everybody know that. I mean, what we've been pulling up here are the expenses, and I know that they look good, but if it wouldn't be for the work of the expo, St. John's wouldn't be here. Because we certainly don't have that kind of money coming in. So I just wanted to bring that to everyone's attention. I know we have these meetings every month and we go over our expenses, but without the expo and pulling us up from what we need, That's why we came out okay this year. And this is what, the third year, Isabel, that we're running the expo?
Third year this year.
So, I just wanted to let you know, yes, I just wanted to let you know that that's where the basics of the extra money's coming in from. Because there's a lot of expenses here, and, you know, we had some from the healing committee that, you know, gave the money that they collected on Wednesday nights.
For sure.
This for the services, some for the books that people donated. Our dues here from the church for our dues, let's see, for the collections for this last year, total collections were $14,906 for the year. And the expenses were what, 24,000? So I just wanted to show you, because it's easy when people, I did accounting and purchasing for 10 years, but it's easy when you throw out numbers,
Thank you, Molly.
and then it
That's
sounds
important.
like you have all this, and you have all this money, but you have to realize, the money that they have here is for a vision. And
And
Jack's gonna talk about that vision,
And it's been building
and this is
for
why we're,
20-some years
right,
that I've been.
and this is,
36 years this month.
and this is the really the reason for the meeting today, to expand what the visions of St. John and Mum is. So, you know, I hate when, and I didn't like it when I worked in office, when they give out all these figures, we think, oh, you have plenty of money, we don't need anything.
We don't need it.
But all of a sudden, you realize what you're actually getting in, and you're realizing we need everybody's help. Because we're very, very gifted to have what we have here. And I know Jack's gonna bring it up next about what the future vision, and if you wanna look at number 1 on your paper, just so you get a little FYI. But I just wanted to let you know that if it wouldn't be for the expo, you know, and everybody's hard work, you know, we wouldn't be able to be sitting here and saying that we did such a great job. We did, but we could do better, I think. So thank you.
Thank you, Molly.
Thank you.
Question, Frank?
Yes, my previous abstention, I jumped the gun on that. She erased that and applied to the financial report.
Okay.
So the record
Make
would be-
note on the video. Frank rescinded his abstention from the vote on the secretary's report and has now moved it to the treasurer's report.
Yes, correct.
Okay?
Thank you.
Now, do I hear a motion that this be accepted as read? Or you have a question?
I just wanted to make a statement. The video system,
Yeah.
I understand Mom still has not given you our half payment. We
I'm
have,
not aware.
we have it ready for you, we just didn't get it to you. So you'll be getting that very shortly.
And we think that. When we decided to do all this with the video and the duplicators and all this, Mom said that they would go 50-50.
As we do all.
As they have all along, because we work as a team in many endeavors around the building.
And that check is,
So it-
the
cut-
total is $640, I think, and 25 cents or something
Yeah.
like that, coming to St. John's.
Right, so that will be coming through. And also the Wednesday night healing service is sponsored by Mom. That's a Mom function to support our church and our work. So we give Mom thanks for that.
Could you explain what Mum is?
Okay, for those who don't know, and it gets a little confusing because we've been around here so long, we know who Mom is. There's Mom. Mother Isabel. I'm Mom. Karen's Mom. We're all Mom. Most of us are. Okay. Mom is Metaphysical Universal Ministries, and this was founded in 1990 here in this building. We created our own ministry because we were unhappy with UCM and some of their dogma, and so we created our own ministry. We are nationwide. We are in good shape. We have churches and ministers in a lot of states around the country.
International.
And Vancouver, British Columbia. So, Mom also is expanded. So Mom is a corporation, and St. John's is the corporation. St. John's is the mother church of Mom. And Mom has a church in Ohio, okay? So we're spreading out over the country. So if you want to become a minister or a healing minister, then you would see Isabel or Karen or the Mom board of directors and get involved that way, okay?
Yeah, just one thing.
Yes.
Our camera stuff, Chip and I were just talking, it's not complete. There's still some other things that we gotta bring in, we gotta be running some wires and stuff. So we're gonna get together and see what else is needed to fulfill this, that we have everything there.